Yes, and we are live. Welcome back to episode 1 of the Ultimate Fitness podcast. And we are in a new environment, new studio. It's finally finished after weeks and weeks of my graft. But yeah, welcome to the channel, episode 1. Introducing our guests, we've got...
Hi, I'm Fausta. I'm a personal trainer. I've been working here at Ultimate Fitness for about a month now. Been loving it. Clients are coming in, so...
Who?
Me again. So it's Joe, strength and conditioning coach, trainer at Ultimate Fitness. Been here for just under 2 years.
2 years, yeah. This is going out to everyone that obviously doesn't know Ultimate Fitness, but it's easy for me to sort of talk about the gym, but I like to hear like an outside perspective what the gym's about, the environment, the culture, and just about the gym in general.
Yeah, so obviously I've been here for quite a while now. Obviously starting out as a student and going through university and training here and stuff. And then you give me the opportunity to work in the gym was a big thing for me. I was really happy with that as well. And then we started doing the other podcast, the Phantom podcast. And so our relationship grew from that, I think, a little bit. Way back in the day, I had Simon on my podcast as well. And
Not a podcast.
Yeah. It's dead in the water now. But
It did make a comeback, didn't it, for a bit?
Yeah.
Oh, you're back now.
Ish.
So did you know about Ultimate Fitness before you sort of working here? I mean, I know you're a massive bodybuilding fan.
Yeah, so when I first started training, so back in 2017, there was a guy called Alex at the Pure Gym I was training at who also trained at the old gym. And he used to train with one of the guys who used to train at the old gym too. So he always said to me, oh, you need to go there. If you're serious about training, you have to go to Ultimate Fitness. And this is going back 6 or 7 years now. And so I first heard of the gym through that. And obviously through family, friends and stuff, I know who you were from Temple Gym days and stuff. So just going off of that, I was like, okay, if I'm serious about my training, I want to get into it more, less sports-based stuff, more bodybuilding stuff, then that's the place I have to train at.
So how, obviously, you must have been about 18, 19 at the time. So what made you sort of take interest into bodybuilding at that early age?
Well, it's more so when I was 14, 15 more than anything. So my granddad obviously had some old Flex magazines and stuff growing up because he was big into karate and whatnot. And so he introduced me to training and old action movies and Van Damme films. And obviously growing up with WWE and wrestling and stuff, I'd always been intrigued by performance, being a big sports fan as well, playing American football for a junior team. Everything about improving physical development and that kind of thing was always of massive interest to me. And then going more into it and seeing the extremes of how far you can push the body and being exposed to more bodybuilding based stuff. So from old Greg Plitt YouTube videos to way back in Flex magazine to seeing Flex Wheeler, Tom Platz, Dorian, obviously being Milosh, one of my best friends. His dad used to train with Dorian back in the day as well. So I was exposed and introduced to it from a very early age. So it's always kind of been there. And then my own interest just got more and more. And yeah, here we are.
How about you, Fausta?
So I'm still a newcomer, and since I've been here for about a month, I've actually joined this gym about September, I reckon. I'm still a student, so I'm finishing off my year. I'm still trying to do everything at once, which can be a little bit overwhelming. I guess everyone's been through this. A lot of people are going through it right now. But when I joined this gym, I kind of automatically knew I want to become a personal trainer. When I get involved in the business side of things, kind of focus on that aspect. Eventually, I'd love to try bodybuilding, but I know how much effort goes into it. It's very misunderstood how much effort actually goes into it in terms of diets, discipline. And I don't have that right now, realistically speaking. But in about a year, when I finish uni, I'll be so down to bodybuild, bikini competition to start off, hopefully to figure later. But I'm still getting to know everyone, getting to know the career. I'm really grateful to Simon again for giving me this job opportunity. Honestly, it's been picking up and it's been good. So.
Comparing Pure Gym to obviously Gym like Ultimate Fitness, how did you find the transition? I mean, what made you jump from like training a commercial gym to more of a specialized gym?
Yeah, so I joined Pure Gym because I just wanted a gym that's close to me, that's affordable as a student, and that would just get me exercising. I wanted to gain some weight. I wanted to grow some mass. And once I started joining that gym, after a year, figured out, okay, well, now I want to move on because I'm getting a little bit demotivated. I wanted to change environment. So when I came to visit Ultimate Fitness, I actually spoke to Simon on that first day. And I walked around, I saw the people, I worked out here and I loved it. I saw a lot of people being a lot stronger here, a lot more serious, a lot more disciplined. And that's why I wanted to place myself around. So I think a lot of it is to do with that. Good,
Yeah, I think I signed you up, didn't I, the first day?
Yeah, you did.
And obviously you've got a very sort of infectious personality. You've got a lot of energy, and I think it was
sometimes.
No, I mean, it's good. I mean, I think you've got great credit to the gym. I mean, both of you are. I mean,
it's all right. So you can throw me under the bus. It's fine.
Obviously, I'm a lot older than you, so I'm probably old enough to be a dad. But let me just cut this.
Yeah, cut that part out. Yeah. No, I'm not old enough to be a dad.
No, I'm an older brother.
I'm a lot older than you guys, so I'll get sort of set in my ways. But I do try and adapt to sort of the new sort of industry. What goes on. I do try and keep up to date with things, but it is good to have people to bounce ideas from. Obviously, you both sort of read into the gym, so it is good to sort of I'm always asking you ideas for the gym, what we should do and whatnot. So it's definitely both a credit to the gym.
See, you're just making us blush now.
Yeah.
Just compliments coming in.
I'm not used to this amount of compliments in a short
we don't get
space
this
of
from
time.
Simon usually.
No, it's all fake. He's not really like this.
No, I mean, I think definitely it's... Let me cut that bit out. I'm still trying to get used to this. I think it's good to have a sort of young brains helping with the business, because with social media and stuff like that, there's only so much I can do. And I wouldn't say I'm stuck in my ways, but, I'm an old school bodybuilding fan like Joe is, but it is good to sort of, move with the times, etc. But, yeah, I mean, especially new gyms opening up, you've got to sort of not keep ahead of the competition, but, you've got to sort of move with the times and be relevant.
And I do think we do that quite successfully, to be honest. We're on social media, we're active with our Instagram, with our TikTok, trying to be at least. And we're always approachable. I think we speak to most people that.
And how many gyms have got their own podcast studio, eh?
0.
Hey, how many?
I've never seen that, personally.
Actually, whilst we're in here, what do you think then? I mean, it's not finished yet, but it's, what do you think?
It's my favourite room in here, probably. It's so relaxing.
So if you come to the gym, you can't find Fausta anywhere, she'll be in this room.
Yeah, I'll probably be on my laptop, to be honest. Yeah, doing my work. You might actually find me here now.
No, but the whole idea was, obviously, we had our own podcast studio, podcast last year, me and Joe, but I wanted to take advantage of the sort of guests that we had coming to Ultimate Fitness. And now with obviously COVID over, it is more personal having in-house guests, and it's great doing it remote, but obviously if someone's in the gym, you can't, it's best to having it there in person.
Yeah, you can bounce off of each other's personalities and energy a bit more in person as well. Excuse me, I do have the flu.
Yeah, and obviously with the Arnold Classic coming next month, we're going to take advantage of all the big names that are coming. So stay tuned for some big guests coming on. Hopefully we'll get some big names coming for the Arnold Classic.
Yeah, and I think if you guys are interested in certain topics that you want to hear about or learn about, just drop in the comments so we actually know and have a plan. If anything is bringing to you, we can bring that to you and deliver it properly.
Yeah. One thing as well, I know, you talked about this before. Previously, our podcasts were exclusively bodybuilding. You couldn't confirm this. That's not really the total direction you're going with this one, is it? No, I mean,
I think the old school bodybuilding is only a small niche, and I want to open this up to sort of the members at the gym. People got businesses, business people, coaches, competitors, just general, people have overcome challenges, people are still going through transformations. Anyone that's got a good story to tell and that can sort of inspire people. Yeah, I think that will definitely...
Yeah, I think it's good to be relatable to people as well. They can feel more comfortable around us as well, ask us for help, ask us, for anything, challenges.
And I think it's good to have the podcast. I mean, there's only so much people see on Instagram and YouTube, so this will sort of get to know our personalities, opens it up to everyone.
They vary a lot too, so.
Yeah, but talking of the Arnold Classic, I'm flying away Wednesday next week to the Arnold, Ohio. So I was looking at some old photos today. It's been 28 years since I've been going to the Arnold Classic, sort of on and off. And I know you two haven't been alive for that amount of years. So really looking forward to the Arnold Classic. It's one of my I'd say that and the Olympia, obviously the two biggest shows of the year. But looking forward to it. And obviously 2 weeks after that, we've got the On UK. So if you are coming to Birmingham, make sure you do head down. There will be some big names coming. So Joe?
Now, when you say big names, I mean big names in bodybuilding. I'm someone who's not familiar with the bodybuilding as much, and I still know them. So make sure to come and visit us during that time, especially. So you might find someone or meet someone who can inspire you as well.
So Fausta, you've never been to like an expo before, have you?
Never.
You're obviously going to go this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try go to as many as I can. But since the clients are picking up, I don't feel comfortable cancelling on them.
But I think you got to go.
Yeah.
You've got to try and go one day.
Yeah, one day, even if it's just for a couple hours, just to see what it's like.
It's worth. I mean, we're all going to go down, and
yeah, I don't want to miss out.
Joe, you're going to go, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll try and get to the expo, but I'll definitely go to the pre-judge or the finals.
You're going to like one day or over the 3 days?
Yeah. I remember the first UK Arnold, so 2021. Me and Jermaine, we went to all 3 days, and by the end of it, I was completely burnt out. It's draining. It's really draining. Simon knows that. So because you can pretty much do everything in a day and a half.
Yeah, but sometimes they have like more the bigger names on the Saturday. Because I've noticed like a lot of the expos I go previously, they have like they save all the big names to the Saturday when it's busier.
Yeah, people have it off work too, so everyone can actually gather in. Makes sense.
But Saturday generally is a busier day. I mean, you got the show on the Friday night. But if you come down to Ultimate Fitness the Thursday, we've got Kevin Lerone, we've got Sean Ray. We've got two. If you don't know who they are, then
get to know.
Yeah, turn this podcast off. But I've just had a guy from Panata ring. They're trying to have a seminar here, which we can't really do because we haven't got the space. But they're with Panata, and they've got Ronnie Coleman and obviously Phil Heath on the stand. So I'm going to try and get them here for that Thursday night. So obviously 2 Mr. Olympias. What's that? 15 Mr. Olympias between them. Yeah, so if you don't know who Ronnie Coleman and Phil Heath is...
Do your research now.
Do your research. So Fausta, you've been working for us for a month now. How have you found transitioning from a member to becoming a member of staff?
I actually glad I did it that way. I'm glad I actually came in here, and immediately as I came here, I kind of already knew I'm going to try and get a job here. I was speaking to Simon for months before he's giving me a job. So...
So you were sussing me out before you sort of came.
I was checking the place out. I was checking the place out for sure. If I want a good career, I need to make sure I'm in the best place for it, I think. So that's a compliment. And I got to know the members actually before I even became a PT. We're a couple. So that personality, that connection with the clients was kind of already developing. People knew my face. People knew that I'm approachable and just smiling and jumping and dancing around most of the time, to be honest. But yeah, as soon as I started, first couple of weeks, normal, it was quiet. But then once people started seeing how I coach, seeing how I work, and seeing how many hours I actually spend at the gym, clients are picking up, and now I'm almost overbooked. So it's been a very, very good transition.
I think with like being a PT, a lot of people, when they do hire a PT, they go by your personality and how they feed off you and if they sort of interact with you. Yeah. I mean, we've had PTs here before with like numerous titles and qualifications, but if you don't connect with that PT, then
I think it's all about being personable and being able to actually push people the way they want to be pushed. Some people like it when you're a little bit more like harsh and more serious. They need that discipline. But some people don't like that. Some people are just here to move their bodies, to stretch. Sometimes they literally have to stretch, to run on a treadmill. Sometimes I had a client saying, listen, I don't want to do anything. I just want to walk up the treadmill. And I was like, you know what? Okay, let's do that today, but don't do an hour session. Let's get it to half an hour. So just apply your training to their personalities and their types, because if you encourage them to do better, they feel better about themselves. And if you know how to motivate them, that helps them also. So
what kind of clients are you specialising in, Fausta?
I'm targeting really just the people who want to start working out and people who want to...
Can we get a bit closer to that?
Yeah, sure, sorry.
That's it.
I want to target people who are just beginning to work out really, and people who want to start building new habits and really start making a change to their life long term. So I'm not a bodybuilder myself. I can't really risk of being, listen, I'm going to be able to make you bulk and cut and you're going to win. I don't have that knowledge yet. But I know that I can provide good service for those people who are starting. I can show them the correct way of forms and exercises and methods and stuff like that. And they've been enjoying it. They've been loving it. I have no complaints, and I managed to retain every single client for my second month. So.
And how about you, Joe? What kind of clients are you?
So it varies, to be honest. So business owners, 9-to-5 workers who either want to start implementing small positive changes into their lifestyle. One of my clients is just about to become a dad. He is a director of a restaurant, and for instance, he's training with me 2 or 3 times a week. He's dropped 12 kilos. His body composition has massively improved, but also his attitude to things outside of the gym has improved as well. So he used to be a semi-professional football player, had 2 quad tendon tears. Obviously, he thought sports performance was pretty much over for him, and put on quite a bit of weight, pretty much become devoted to the job, and now he's come back and worked on his physical development, and now his mindset's changed when it comes to that. He's super excited about even the small things. So we were talking the other day about him just picking up a pram for his upcoming child.
One arm.
One arm. And when he'd gone there, obviously received compliments. Oh, you look great for your age.
Is it his first kid? First kid, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I see how he's going to feel in 6 months' time when he's had no sleep and no time to himself.
Yeah. But going from that, going to people that are either wanting to get in good shape as well. So most of the sport-specific stuff I do with either a semi-professional, professional football players or competitive athletes, I do online away from the gym, because they've already got those sort of positive and good amounts of discipline installed in them. They don't need someone really face-to-face. They need structure, they need information more so than...
They need more guidance.
Yeah, they need more guidance and assistance and someone to talk to as well. A lot of the time, people want that conversation. They want to build a relationship with you on both a personal and a professional level. And however that works is completely dependent on the client as well. So training a couple compared to one person is completely different.
Oh, completely.
It's completely different.
You need to allocate the times different, the breaks. You're essentially doing 2 exercises at the same time and monitoring 2 people at the same time. I personally don't take couples for that reason. Because again, if I'm personal training for 1 month, I genuinely want to provide you with the best service, not necessarily the quickest, biggest money, you know.
Yeah.
Just know your limits, I think, as a personal trainer.
It can be difficult as well. So obviously, making things optimal and maximizing progress is always the key thing that I want to do with individuals. And if they can commit to 2 days a week, then we try and maximize 2 days a week. If they can commit to 4 days a week, then we maximize 4 days a week. Taking in nutrition, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, with my degrees in basically sports science or sports nutrition, I'm able to do that. I have the knowledge to do that. Keeping up to date with academic journals allows me to keep up to date with a realist and latest science, as well as all the pseudoscience stuff that we use in bodybuilding. So cutting carbs down, prioritizing carbs around workouts, maximizing fat intake for hormonal purposes, higher protein, how much protein should we be eating, blah, 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 blah. But it's
if
all
anyone's
client
interested
dependent.
in that, I think Joseph's great for it. He has a whole degree for it.
So what do you think to all the sort of the coaching industry at the moment? Because it seems like everyone's a coach nowadays, but it is like, obviously there's a demand for it. But there are a lot of good coaches. We have a lot of good coaches that train here, Ultimate Fitness. I mean, we've got Christian training here. We've got Dean that trains here. Obviously yourself. So what do you think about the coach? Do you think there's gonna be a point where it's sort of like the bubble bursts?
We're talking about online coaching.
Coaching in general, yes.
I think it's hard to say right now, just because technology is improving so much. There's now apps that kind of give you all the things that a coach is claiming to provide. So really, our competition is not really each other, I don't see. No. It's now actually the technology. Like, what can we do to be better than the apps that are coming out, right? What can we provide?
Again, going back to people who are invested in your personality, if you can see it across the industry, people that are themselves aren't dull, boring, plain, not just by the numbers people.
That'll be the weird ones.
People that tend to do better from a client retention point of view, from a financial point of view, from a results point of view, more so than anything. And it's because you're willing to make yourself kind of vulnerable by putting your own personality, your own issues, your own struggles, because you see Instagram as a highlight reel for the most part, but people all have hardships, things that go on away from the camera, and often people relate to issues more so than triumphs. Do
you think it's good to sort of show like your sort of challenges as well as all your highlights? Just, I mean, like you said, Instagram is just full of your highlight reels, but you know, obviously everyone has ups and downs. We know coaches are sort of burning themselves out, but just do you think it's good to see so people can relate to like they are human and they're a normal person?
I do have a little bit of a hot take on that, actually. I think is good, but it's good to an extent. I don't think trauma dumping, for example, is healthy, right? If you just trauma dumping in front of the camera, sat down there, and then crying, I don't think that's a healthy way of dealing with things. I think at that point, you probably should have spoken to someone, and it's okay to have that connection with the personal trainer, but again, know your limits, because there is that professional boundary there. So again, trauma dumping, I don't think that's healthy.
Just fucking complaining to the camera about, oh, woe am I, or feel sorry for me.
That's
or
what I'm
whatnot.
saying. Yeah, that's what
I think that's where an issue can arise, because you're using your platform then to search for sympathy. Yeah. Context matters.
Yeah,
I think
that's why.
thing.
Yeah, because I've seen some people generally trying to make a relatable content, right? But they're not necessarily going into so much detail that is trauma dumping. It's you're going carefully. You're mentioning about things that.
Do you think it's attention seeking as well?
110%. Yes.
Well, if you ever see me crying on Instagram, then give me a slap.
If you're crying, like if I'm crying, I don't know. Personally, me, I just want to lock myself in the room, hug my cat, and that's it. Yeah. I don't want to put a phone on, because I feel like that requires prep. Like you have to think, like I need to open, my camera. I need to put my camera on. I now need to cry or speak. Do I make noise? Do I not make noise? Like, do I make real tears?
Yeah. Yeah. Simon complaining about his shoulder. Oh, it's coming back now.
Running into some technical issues. My shoulder, I've not mentioned that today.
Speaking about it, how's your shoulder?
Don't ask. No, in all serious, I mean, I love training, and not being able to train how I want, it is quite frustrating, because training is my life, and, you sort of, if I can't train, I feel it obviously has a negative effect on the rest of my life. I don't eat as good. Everything else sort of falls apart, because I always base my life around training. So if I train good, I make sure I eat good, and I prioritise my sleep. But if I'm not training, then my diet starts to slip, and obviously then I sort of everything else sort of takes over. So it's not good. I do need to sort of get back into the gym. I have trainers free, but having a bad shoulder, it affects everything. Affects everything. Even the squatting last week, I couldn't get my shoulder back.
No,
so
you can't push. You can't.
It's frustrating. No one loves training more than me, and not be able to train in your own gym. It's But I don't want to talk about it.
But, no, I think that again highlights, I think between all three of us, how much we love training.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Itself, and just physically pushing yourself, because there's a massive mental side to training as well.
Mm-hmm. It's going across those hurdles, even when you don't want to come in and have a good session. That session feels better than when you actually wanted to come in and have that session.
Yeah.
But it comes to a point where you're in pain, you can't even have a session, because everything you touch is like grinding. So it is frustrating. But that's why I put that thing on that Instagram yesterday. Like, it's not just about building muscle, or how sometimes it's just good to come and have a workout, take your mind off shit, and 9 times out of 10 you feel better for just switching off for like that 1 hour. You get them endorphins going. Yeah,
I always encourage everyone to have at least one mobility flexibility day, guys. I've been saying it to everyone, including these guys. That's
something we're going to start doing when I get back from America.
Because it's 20 minutes. You can do that, Simon.
One of my New Year's resolutions was start stretching more, and so I've not been able to do 5 minutes in the last 3 months. So it's something I need to start doing.
Yeah.
But having said that, I do swim 3 to 4 times a week, and I sort of treat that as like a stretching session. I do sort of stretch my hamstrings, my glutes, and everything else, shoulders in the swimming pool. I look a bit weird, but it's I'll give you a bit of a history about the gym. So if for all of you, the new members who've sort of joined the last month or so, we celebrated our 11th year anniversary this month. So we opened 2013 February at the old Ultimate Fitness, which is sort of across the road from here. So we were there from 2013 to 2017, and obviously both of you haven't been to the old gym. I mean, it was a lot smaller. It was a lot smaller, but it had that sort of more of a hardcore. It was a great gym. Looking back, it was a great gym. Transitioning from Temple Gym, where I moved from, I sort of took a lot of the elements from Temple Gym to the new gym, that made it sort of more accessible, made it more welcoming. So I had a lot of the kit that was sort of same. you know, I sort of handpicked all the best equipment, you know, all the hammer strength, because at the time there was no sort of good gyms in Birmingham city centre. There was a demand for it, and
I think coming from a public gym, that's like the equipment was the first difference I've noticed. Actually, it's not something you can compare to public gyms.
And I didn't want to skimp on the equipment, because I saw, obviously, you go to a lot of gyms, they buy like hammer strength copies, and like they're probably a third or fourth the price, but they don't feel right. I mean, I'll go around the world and I'll make sure if I see something I like, you know, I'll buy it. But you know, there's no point buying crap where you're going to end up replacing it anyway. So, and you'll end up selling it cheaper. So it's like a false economy. But I knew there was a demand for a good gym, and with my network and my sort of, I wouldn't say following because I haven't got a following, but the friends I had, I could make a great gym. I could build like a nice community, and like I said, with my network, I knew when Body Power used to come to Birmingham, I was about to get a lot of the pros, and we've been very lucky to have, like, you name all the top IFBB pros come to this gym. You know, we've had I think we've had 8 Mr. Olympians come and train here, like all the Arnold Classic winners. So
and as soon as you come into the gym, you see the posters on the wall with the signatures, which is quite cool. You don't get to see that like at any gym.
Yeah, really. So all the posters of the gym, they're all everyone that's come and, you know, train here, and you know, hopefully we'll be getting some more coming over the next few years. But yeah, I mean, you know, if you do come to Birmingham, you'll know like this is one of the main gyms to train at. So we are privileged to sort of have that sort of reputation. So that was 2017. We moved to the current building where we are now, and the gym has grown. I would say it's a sort of different sort of clientele now. We've opened it more to sort of rather than just hardcore bodybuilding, which, you know, my background, but you've got to sort of move with the times. And you come to the gym now, and it's got a bit of a stigma. This gym is it's just full of meatheads. But can you two sort of help me out on this? Tell me what
I can bring in the female's perspective, I guess. So I've spoken to loads of women that are joining this gym, especially now. There's been a high increase after January, I think. And when I speak to them at first, they are a little bit afraid. They're a little bit intimidated because when they come in, they see the bodybuilders, because it's not really a busy gym as like Pure Gym, for example. So we have like, of course, we have a few big guys that, like, you know, might seem intimidating, but they're really, really nice. They speak to everyone. They will always say hi to you, say bye to you, be polite, help you, you know, don't be scared to ask for help. Don't be scared to show something, you know. It's a very, very nice community. And I always tell the girls that. And once they come here for a couple of weeks, they then get comfortable. You see them coming in by themselves. You see them with the PT all by themselves. They start enjoying being here, honestly. So.
I agree. Obviously, I've been here for 2 years now. And there's been, I think you'd agree, a change.
Yes, definitely.
The atmosphere, the members of the gym, the community. And I think so your decision to build more of a social media community has improved the way the gym is perceived, I would say. Because go back 2 years, it was a smaller group of individuals, I'd say, that would train here, serious about training. Then I think just the gym has moved with social media and used social media to its advantage, because I remember first coming here as a student being in that whole, if people listening to this were into it in 2018, 2019. So I've been training here for 3.5 years, 4 years, something like that. Working here for 2. So if you go back 2018, 2019.
6 years.
Yeah, now, yeah. But, yeah, bloody hell. It was shut for a year. But I think there's a massive group of us as like student trainers who were introduced to this gym again by the whole Jordan Peters thing, push-pull legs, progressive overload. So it gave, the gym moved with that. So I think, I look back, myself, Jermaine, Tim, Stuart, Robert Tuckerman, Sean Greenfield, load of other people as well. Josh Bridgman, if you look back as well. Brandon Harding from time to time. Now with Christian, and just loads of people.
You are so good with names. I'm just saying you dropped like 50 during this podcast.
It's important if you remember someone's name.
That's good.
Always a good thing. But
these are people who've all trained at the gym.
Yeah, and the people that, you know, I can call a lot of them friends. as well, and we all joined the gym around the same time. And now everyone's kind of gone off to do their own thing, but they still come back here and train, and it's fun memories. And I think going from that to now, it's grown on that. Now you've got like a newer, younger 18, 19, 20-year-old students coming in.
You've got the current students coming in and doing the same thing where they expand and do their own thing, really.
Yep. I think
that's probably why it's sort of helped to have you guys working. So you recognise that fact, and obviously that's more of your age gap. So you like you've rolled off all these names on top of your head. So these are all sort of friends that you've known over the years that have trained here.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that train here, to be honest.
Yeah. I think as well the popularity of the gym, because we do have quite a lot of student community as well, and you've opened the doors for that to be possible. They're here for 2-3 years, and then they'll either go back home or stay around. But then you have a new wave who are here for another 2-3 years, and a lot of them are passionate about the gym, passionate about performance, passionate about bodybuilding, passionate
Especially now, I think it's all like the whole fitness aspect is kicking off, whether it's on social media or whatever. Everyone's trying to jump on this, so I definitely see that.
And I can tell that by the people that come to the gym. They tag the gym every time they have a workout, or they come from another city, or they have a meet. They always tag the gym, so it is good to see.
Yeah, the posing room is beautiful. So
that's
we do have that as well here. So podcast and a posing studio.
So that was a move I made. Because obviously we took the old studio down, and I thought we need a designated posing room. And I think I'm really happy the way it's sort of turned
really
out.
Good. It's really popular.
Yeah, because it's I wouldn't say it's unique, but it's just something about that room which. I don't know if it's the anabolic lighting.
The light and the angles.
Yeah. But it's really popular, and every day I'm getting like 3 or 4 people tagging it, and it's good to see. So it's good, it's good money well spent.
You got loads of posing coaches here as well. If anyone's interested in actually about to compete, we do have them here too. So they're good.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day when I used to compete, we never had such luxuries like a posing studio. You drop your pants in the middle of the gym, and which people still do, but.
Not as often, I guess.
But we are going to hopefully expand the upstairs, the rooftop. So I had a meeting with my landlord yesterday, and we're going to give the go-ahead. So hopefully in the next few months, when the weather gets a bit drier, when it gets a bit better, we will start work commencing on the 3rd floor, building the new studio. So that's going to be another dimension to the gym. So opening it up for classes, and just another sort of a floor. So, a bit of a blank canvas, but I've still got a few ideas what I want to put up there.
I remember last year the rooftop was open. That was so nice.
Yeah.
Basically, I would work out personally, and I would go on the roof for like half an hour, have my lunch or my dinner there, and it'd be great. Yeah, I'd watch the sunset, and it's just the most relaxing time at the gym after your workout. I think it's great.
That rooftop's giving me nightmares. That's giving me nightmares. But you know what? Once it's done, and we're going to do it properly this time, it will be, definitely a bonus to the gym. I think people will visit and they'll take photos, and it'll be really, really good for photos and stuff like that. Yeah, good, a nice training area, nice to relax out there, especially when the sun comes back.
I think there's a plan to bring some classes in as well. That'd be good.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
that'd be really, really good.
Okay, pet peeves in the gym.
On the spot.
Obviously, before you worked here, you didn't really, you probably was oblivious to, or wasn't really. You didn't really notice it, but what are your, say, top 3 pet peeves?
Top 3?
Yeah.
Put your fucking weight away.
Oh my God, that's a tough one. Out of all. Put your weights away, seriously.
Yeah.
And just put everything back to its place. Whether it's like, the stoppers to stop the weights from falling off.
The collars, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about putting, when you got the weight trees and you got people putting the 20s on the top, like the 5s?
Why? The heaviest weight
is it because they don't want to bend over? Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, but who wants to catch it from here? Because we do have smaller people who don't have the strength.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to take it off, that weight can genuinely dislocate your arms.
I think if you ask any gym owner or staff, I think the putting people's weights away is the number one.
I think water bottles too, at this gym at least, because we do provide sports drinks and everything, so no shout out. And people do leave them around.
£2.50 at reception.
Liquid diabetes.
There you go, 180 milligrams of caffeine. It's great. It tastes good too. But £1 water.
drink water.
But yeah, those are sometimes being left around to just especially in a cardio section.
Yeah, like, I don't. You
On
know,
the
when
stairs
people
of the
like
Stairmaster.
leave like half bottles of water or cans full, I said, well, you pay for it. Just drink it. You know what I mean?
Just
Or
drink it. Or
tip
throw
it down the
it's
drain.
fine. It's fine.
What about people? What about people?
Just unnecessary amounts of noise.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand grunting. That's fine.
Yeah.
Everyone needs an extra push sometimes. You know,
yeah,
everyone has
yeah.
those
But
days.
do you think people do it for
But-
attention? Sort of look at me. I'm training. I'm
guess
shouting
yes.
hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are people who do it for attention, I think.
Obviously, everyone exerts himself differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make you train any harder, does it? By shouting.
No.
No. But when you're not really going heavy and you're going reps,
Yeah.
you don't need that extra push. You only go in tension, really. So why are you screaming on a 20 kg leg extensions, you know? It's just not necessary.
That's me on a Saturday. That is. What about people spending like 10 minutes on the machine just texting and stuff like that?
Personally, I'm guilty sometimes. I will say that, but because I do have clients, I have emails to check. Sometimes I'm busy.
But would you let someone share a machine with you?
100%.
Yeah.
I always even offer them to jump in if I'm on the phone or even take over, because it wouldn't really be fair for me to actually hoard the equipment. I'm not up to that, but I do have to go on my phone sometimes. I'm sorry. I know it's annoying. It looks bad too.
Super setting during busy hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not the gym etiquette, really.
Explain to the viewers what supersetting is
So-
for the viewers that don't know.
Using or doing multiple exercises back to back.
No rest.
With no rest in between. So, if, for example, go back to legs. If you're using a leg extension and a hamstring curl at 6:45 on a Tuesday or a Monday night, you are an arsehole. Because if I'm trying to train or someone's trying to train or someone's trying to train their client and you're on this machine, then you're straight to this one. But then you're gone again and there's not enough time in between the set for you and your client to go in between. And then they start kicking off. It's just unnecessary.
And I do say, like, sometimes, like, people do supersets, and that's fine, like, if you're
Yeah.
doing with the dumbbells,
Yeah,
because
of
there's
course.
equipment that we have multiple of course,
Yeah.
that's fine. We're not saying just don't do supersets.
Yeah.
But when
Just-
it comes
just
to
be
machines...
just be mindful of what-
Don't hoard 3 machines at the same time. Leg extensions,
Yep.
what is it? The leg extensions, one of the quad machines, and, like, a calf raise, for example. If you're hoarding those 3 machines at the same time and you're not sharing...
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on, Simon.
Yeah, just have like
Just be mindful of
be
other
mindful.
people.
Yeah.
Don't be a
Yeah.
dick.
I think most people are, though.
Yeah, most people are, of course. But when people join the gym, sometimes they come
Yeah.
from private gyms,
Yeah.
or, you know...
But a lot of people who are
has an
coming
ego.
from more of a mainstream gym, because it has to be, I think, the financial investment.
Yeah.
The fact that there's no faces put to the business. So if you're training at Pure Gym, you're training at a massive corporation's
24/7
facility.
gym as well.
No one cares. You walk in there at any time of the day. There's stuff all over the floor in the wrong place, blah, blah, because no one cares. No one's, you're paying a less amount. There's no joining or whatever. The fee's less. No one cares in there. People aren't serious about the training. If you walked into someone's house and started fucking around with the furniture, well, number one, you just wouldn't do that. No. And number two, you'd be respectful of what they want you to do in their house. And I think that goes the same with the gym.
One of my pet peeves is people that smell in the gym. And you know,
Throwback to last year.
there's been a few times. There's been a few instances
You're gonna name
where
drop again.
you know it's like
No.
Good.
it's like, dude, how can you not smell yourself? Because like you walk in the gym and everyone's like eyes are watering, and there's been I had to sort of, you know what, I'm just going to tell him, because if I don't tell him, no one else will.
Yeah, and it's not pleasant.
It's
for
not
that
pleasant
person
now because
either.
it's embarrassing, and you know I understand that, but it's, you know, I've got to take care of the welfare of my members. So yeah, it is. But you know, you got to do it, and I don't think I've seen that member again.
No.
he actually moved to another country. So
I think hygiene is cheap. All you need is a shower.
yeah.
If you don't have
Well,
to
you know,
get
you get
expensive
people,
thing, £1 deodorant.
you get people wearing the same training clothes, you know,
3,
day in
4
day
days
out. They
in a
don't
row,
change them. They have specific clothes for training.
I have specific clothes for training, but also have a washing machine that I use, you know.
Makes it more hardcore though if you don't. I mean, things like straps and stuff, obviously you'd have to wash every time, but
But now and then anyway, because they still
of course.
they still have a smell.
especially
Still
summertime.
look after your gym equipment. Be
Yeah,
hygienic.
summertime coming up. Come on, you know, just try and
Your
smell
gym
your
bags.
armpit.
Make sure you wash your gym bags, guys. You don't want to open and the temperature changes around you.
Yeah.
You don't want that either.
So that, I mean, to have consideration for other members, especially summertime when it's going to be hot and you know you're going to be sweating more, and obviously more odors are going to be around. So just be more mindful of your own personal hygiene.
Oh,
just do it. Go on.
Just people who will say, "Oh, can I train with you?" Last minute.
What's wrong with that?
Depends who it is.
Oh, obviously.
But I'm a sucker for routine, right? So if I'm in a groove, as I am at the moment with my training,
You've planned out your workout.
everything's planned out. I know what I've got to do. I know the headspace I have to get in order for me to perform the best that I can. And then there's an external factor coming into that circle. And in my mind, because I'm already getting into the groove of training and changing my mentality towards the session, like getting more aggressive, more determined to do my thing, I just don't want any interruptions with that. You know, my training partner, or whoever I'm training with, they know that. They're kind of in the same mindset and we're bouncing off of each other throughout that process. I personally don't like adding people into that. But then again, I have to look at myself and be a bit reflective and say, is that me just being
Selfish?
Yeah, selfish. But it is selfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to be selfish because at the end you put yourself first. You're not saying that you're not never going to train with people. You're just saying that's not your preference, which is okay. It's not mine either. For me, my ideal training, like if I'm coming in and want to work out hard, I'm putting my headphones on. I just don't want to be disturbed. That's it. Like my headphones on, and I'm there for like 2-3 hours sometimes. If I'm not really that serious, I'll take my headphones on, go around, I'll communicate. That's fine. But if my headphones are on, just no, I'm working hard.
That's a line as well that I think all three of us have to. The line is there because we're here all the time. Because we're staff, you're the owner. People expect that friendliness, that consideration all the time, and yes, we should always uphold the same, values and whatnot throughout the day. If I'm training, I'm still like,
that's your time, isn't it?
Yeah. And if I don't look at Smiley, that's not like a personal thing. It's just because I'm training.
Yeah.
I do smile and by everyone's.
I mean, the days when I was competing, I wouldn't have anyone training with me. I'd have my training partner, and that was it, because it would interfere with like the rest times and stuff like that, and I don't want to be taking people's weight on enough. But now, obviously, I'm a bit more relaxed. I mean, I don't mind training with different people as long as it's not going to drag me down or slow me down too much.
The intensity's there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind people joining in. I can sort of teach them a few things, or vice versa, they can teach them. But, I like to train with different people, but the intensity's got to be there. Otherwise, it just becomes a bit of a social and you're not going to get a good workout.
I like doing like a workout with someone, like one thing with someone, but then we just go off our separate ways to finish off our workouts. I like doing that, for example. If I see something new, I will probably approach and be like, can I try this? And people are always very welcoming. And they'll say, yeah, sure. I try it. We work out. We maybe talk for 2 minutes. That's it. Spud each other. That's it. We're done. We're going back to our own workouts. I like that.
So, Fausta, do you prefer training by yourself, or do you prefer training with a partner?
I've always been training by myself.
Solo.
Yeah, I'm a solo trainer. I like my music on. I like to just mind my business and really just get into workout because I'm just so zoned out during my training. I just like one of the only times during the day where I just not have to check my phone. I have to reply to someone or make a phone call. It's just one time I get to just.
So what kind of music gets you going then in the gym?
I listen to everything. Oh my God.
Don't say that.
No. But genuinely, it goes from like pop to house to drum and bass to sometimes to Afropop. And then like last week, I was obsessed with I'm Lithuanian, so I was obsessed with Lithuanian village music, like violins and shit. I don't know why, but I was like polka dancing in the gym.
Yeah, she was actually. So just back on the CCTV cameras, she was.
Probably was, yeah.
And Joe, what kind of music do you like training to?
Linkin Park.
It varies for the most.
I've not heard Linkin Park today. Actually, I need to play it. For the next 5 hours.
When I came in, I thought one of our members were here just because I've had drum and bass. Everyone, I'm on about, but I had drum and bass. I
think it is. I mean, that is one of the issues we have at the gym. I think every gym gets, obviously you got 500-600 members and everyone's got a different taste of music. So it's hard to please everyone. I mean, I've got my own taste of music, but obviously when I train, I like, obviously the rock music and stuff, but I've got to consider other people when I've had people say, look, can you change the music? Yeah, we've had this for the last 3 hours. I'm fucking halfway through a leg session. Yeah, I've still got 3 hours to go. Come on. Yeah.
I think it is fun because members feel quite comfortable with asking us for music as well. Yeah. So we actually a lot of the time like.
But it can because like if one person asks, then everyone else feels entitled to ask. Then because you've changed it for my man, so it does cause a bit of a. So the playlist that we obviously have, we have to try and make it a bit of everything.
We change it up a little bit. Depends who's on as well. I think because we do have different tastes. If he's on and I'm on, we'd have like 2 completely different playlists. But it might be a little bit of a mix of both, and I would put on his.
When Sarah's on, she's got her Spanish playlist.
Music.
It works. But I think when you walk into a gym, you got to feel that energy. You want to. It's got to be music that lifts you up. That gives you like I want to train. It's not going to be slow.
And again, it also depends what time of the day it is. Like if this morning you don't want anything like banging in your head first thing.
I see.
I mean, you.
On a Saturday morning, I've got some bangers on.
Saturday morning is different to Tuesday or Wednesday morning.
Yeah, but you want to come to the gym. You're tired. It's morning. Like you want to wake up. Open the gym. You want to
Simon's on the
yeah, but not like da-da-da.
If Simon's on the open at 6 a.m, you can be guaranteed Whitney
Houston.
Duran. Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, obviously, music's very important, and look, the sound system. Just give you a bit of a story. When we opened this gym 7 years ago now, I said the sound system's got to be very important. It's got to be like commercial grade, like something like a club would have. And we invested over £25,000 just in the sound system. So I made sure like people would get that experience when they come to the gym. I mean, you probably don't just take it for granted now, but the sound system here is like...
No, it is really good. And we obviously, we don't put the music on too loud because we don't want to be like overwhelming with
but you go to sort of all the gyms, they sort of skimp on the sound system, and it's sort of, you can tell. I think that when you walk in, you got to feel that, you want to try and buy the sound. The music's got to lift you up.
I think, when the sound system is good, when you do see quite a lot of members actually training without the headphones.
Yeah.
Because you want to see that at public gyms, really.
Welcome to Pure Gym.
Yeah, so that's the sort of sound system we got ultimately. So with no expenses spared, we have invested a lot of money, not just in the sound system, but obviously the equipment and everything else. And we do continue to do so. Been here 7 years now, and I'm looking forward to the next, 10 years here. I mean, like, if all of you that follow the gym, we never sit still. I mean, we've got this podcast studio built, and then that's just like another bonus addition to the gym. But I'm always looking to sort of level up and, stay ahead of the competition. So if you've got anyone's got any ideas what they want next, drop it in the comments below. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up now. Joe, thanks for coming on.
Very welcome.
Fausta, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And so if you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Comment what you'd like to see next, who you'd like to see next. And see you soon. Take care.